Hi, welcome. This is Jennifer from National Latino Education Institute. We have some exciting information for you today. I know that I have a guest here with me, and she'll be introducing herself in a couple of moments. But the focus today, if you guys are following us on our Facebook page, the topic today is it's never too late to go back to school. So I think it's really important for us to go over that. And again, my name is Jennifer Sanchez. I'm from National Latino Education Institute. You're tuning into our CAN TV show, EmpowerU. And if you have any questions, this is a live interactive show, so you can give us a call at 312-738-1060. So again, I'm Jennifer Sanchez, and I am the recruiter for our organization. So I go out there and promote the programs and the services. And today we have a guest. We have Maribel Robles. Maribel, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Maribel Robles, and just a little bit about myself. I am a graduate of NLEI, National Latino Education Institute, formerly known Spanish Coalition for Jobs. I received my credentials in medical assisting in 2005. And the reason why Ms. Jennifer Sanchez has me here today is because my background. I am a mom of 5 wonderful boys, and when my youngest was in kindergarten, I decided that I had all this extra time on my hands and I didn't know what to do. So I researched medical assisting schools, and I found that NLEI was in the neighborhood, and I attended.
Awesome.
I attended NLEI. I was actually one of the top students of my group,
Wow.
which that was hard for me. It wasn't easy, being that I have my 5 kids, attending to them, tending to their needs, their wants, and of course their education. Because for me, their school always came first.
Yes.
So I did that, and in the midst of all that, worked really hard, studied really hard to make sure that I had all my good grades and to be very successful in the career I was choosing.
Awesome.
Upon completion of my program, I was called by our director and asked if I wanted to work at NLEI as a lab assistant. So therefore, I never really had the opportunity to practice in my field. I currently am at NLEI as an Allied Health Associate Coordinator, still helping the community,
Wonderful.
still reaching out to our prospects and helping within education. So my heart is 110% within our community with our students, and still learning every day.
Yeah, and I think you do have practice. You went to an externship
Yes, I
site,
did.
correct? Where
Yes.
did you go on externship?
I went to McNeil in Bridgeview
Nice.
and completed my 160 hours of training, and which was very very exciting. Everything new. Of course, you practice in school, but when have your hands-on training with the patients, you're nervous, of course. But it was a very exciting experience, an exciting time for me in my life.
Wonderful. Well, and the reason why we brought you, Maribel, was because I know that you can give us insight to how it feels as someone that's already married with kids and maybe a little bit intimidated to go back to school. Can I go to school? Can I still take care of my children? Can I still do whatever duties I have at home? So that's the reason why we brought you to talk about that. But we wanted to go over a little bit about the medical assisting program and the details of the program. So we have, and I know you can vouch and you could speak more about it, we have a 10-month training program. If someone's interested in becoming a medical assistant, they can come to us and get skills in, and you can talk about physiology, anatomy, medical terminology, medical coding. But the great thing about this program is there's a lot of clinical skills involved. So can you talk a little bit more about those clinical skills, Maribel, about what exactly it is that a medical assistant learns in the classroom?
Sure. There are clinical skills, like you mentioned, Jennifer. We have, it's a cohort system, and there are 3 terms. Within those 3 terms of the program, you will have clinical training as well as administrative training.
Wonderful.
The clinical training, you will learn vitals, how to take a blood pressure, height, weight, temperature, what's required in the medical office on every patient. You will also learn how to do an EKG, how to perform on a patient an EKG. That's in clinical 2. In clinical 3, you will learn on how to assist a physician in minor surgical procedures. I'll give you an example, such as removing sutures or preparing a prep table for the doctor when they're doing a pap smear.
Oh, wow.
How to assist a patient to get in and out of a wheelchair. So those are all procedures that you as a medical assistant need to know, because you will need to instruct a patient.
Wow. Can you go, for those that are watching right now, because this is a live show, and you guys can call in 312-738-1060. If you have any questions right now, we can answer them. But what is a EKG? Because even I, prior to coming to National Latino as a recruiter, I wasn't sure what that was. Can you talk about it?
EKG stands for electrocardiac care, electrocardiogram. So what that is you will place leads. You're monitoring the patient's heart. So you will place leads on the patient as a medical assistant and monitor the patient's heart. So it's like a test for your heart. So those that are, hypertensive, the doctor will have a better understanding of what's going on.
Wow.
So as a medical assistant, you are trained on how to do an EKG, electrocardiogram, and therefore they'll print up the results. You don't, as a medical assistant, read the exam. The doctor, that's the responsibility of the doctor.
Wow, thank you for that information, because I know even I myself, I wasn't sure what that was. But like we were talking about the medical assisting program, it is a 10-month training program that someone can take advantage of, get the skills they need, and we're going to go over more about the actual curriculum of what is part of the program, but as well as we're going to talk about what is the focus of the purpose that we do medical assisting. Why do we do medical assisting? Why do we train? That's something that our employers, it's a demand right now in healthcare, in the healthcare field. And I know that, Maribel, you probably can talk a lot more about that, because we have different partnerships in the field, different hospitals that work with, like, for example, McNeil Hospital, when she did her externship, where they are looking for these qualified candidates and they have to be certified. Can you talk a little bit more about the certification, Maribel, for the medical assisting, please?
So when you are done as a medical assisting student, you complete your training, you complete your externship, you are then eligible to sit for the national certification exam. Okay. Our students will sit for the AAMA, which is American Association of Medical Assistants. That exam will, once a student takes and passes that test, they will be certified for 5 years. They can keep their credentials for 5 years, and it is a nationwide certification. So if the student moves to Florida, California, they can practice as a medical assistant with those same credentials.
That's that's always a question that I hear out in the field. It's like, can I move and still use these credentials? And the answer is yes. Mm-hmm. We've had multiple students leave and go and continue their education and also go and work at a different state. So like we said, this is an accredited program, and you also do get certified. So definitely, if you have any questions about accreditation, we can answer those questions for you. Also, I wanted to quickly just make sure that you guys know that, if you guys have more questions or you want to visit us, you can go to 2011 West Pershing Road. You can visit us at www.nlei.org. If you have any questions, our phone number is 773-247-0707, extension 200. And then, of course, social media is a big thing right now, so definitely follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and we're probably gonna start doing the Snapchat pretty soon. So I know Snapchat's becoming a big thing now, so for those that are Snapchat users, please keep an eye out for our new username once that goes out. We'll put it up on Facebook and the website, absolutely. So we wanted to talk more about why people want to change their career paths, or why is it never too late to continue your education. So, of course, I brought an article today where it talks about, the first thing is you become more qualified. So going and getting a training, you become more qualified in whatever training you're getting. So last week our focus was more about college versus trade school. Now we're more focused on, well, why, it's never too late to go back to school, especially for those that are, like I said, either married already with kids, you've been out of school for so long. Can you tell us how that felt when you were trying to come back to school? What were your thoughts?
Sure. At first, it was a little bit intimidating. I won't deny that. Because yes, you're right. I had not been in school in such a long time. I was at home taking care of my kids. But I said, I know I could do this. And I attempted. I tried and was very successful, I want to say. It was not easy. Time management, I want to say it's extremely important when you're a parent.
We have a caller.
Excellent.
Hi, caller. What's your question?
Yes, good afternoon. I would like to know what are the basic academic requirements to enroll in any of these programs?
Oh, the basic academic requirements. So you need a high school diploma or GED. You need to be over 18 years old. You also need, we tape test you. So we need to make sure that you're at minimum 9th grade level at reading, math, and language. And then, of course, once you have, all those documents and testing in place, we also do an interview. And actually, Maribel is the person that you would interview with. If medical assisting is something that you're looking to do, she's the one that helps you in that area. And then finally, we go through the whole financial aid process. So thank you very much. Did we answer your question, caller?
Yes, but I also have another question with regards to that. I've been in the job market for a long time, so taking that test, I don't know how comfortable I'm going to feel about, just going back to high school years. So how is there some kind of tutoring? Is there some kind of support that you offer in case I don't meet the requirements, even though I do have a high school diploma?
Yes.
I'm just talking about me, transitioning from one career into another.
Oh, yes. So we understand, and that happens. It's very common when people come into test. They might be a little bit intimidated by the exam because they haven't taken it in so long. Very common. And then what we tell them is we assure you, we're going to help you. We do provide tutoring right now during the summer, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to noon. So if there's something that, once you test and you see what level you're at, that's when we can say, hey, we got some tutoring for you, or hey, here's some things you could study on. So yes, we're there to support you in that need. So thank you very much for that call, caller. So as we were talking about, that's a great question, right? People always get intimidated, and that's what we were talking about with you. You were intimidated,
sure.
and we get that all the time. Testers are always like, I'm intimidated by the exam, and then sometimes they don't want to come back. But we always want to assure our community that we're here to support you in any way possible. And then you can talk a little bit more about your experience. I know you were saying
Sure.
you were intimidated.
Not only do you feel intimidated, but in my experience, I felt, well, am I going to be the oldest one there? Am I going to have students coming straight from high school? No. National Latino accepts students of all ages.
Yes.
All ages, all sizes, all different color
All
and races.
yes.
A lot of people also get a little bit confused, and they feel that, do you have to speak a second language to enter into one of our programs? You do not. You do not have to speak Spanish. You do not have to be bilingual.
Yeah.
You do need to meet the requirements that Ms. Jennifer mentioned a few minutes ago.
Yeah, and I know the great thing about the reason why it's called bilingual medical assistant, because there is a workshop offered where you learn all the terminology in Spanish, the medical terminology,
That
which
is
I
correct.
think is awesome. And I think it's tunneled away for non-native Spanish speakers to learn as well. Am I right?
That is correct.
Oh,
Yeah,
wonderful.
that is
So
correct.
so I know that we have right here firsthand someone talking about the programs, and I think this is great. And again, I want to thank you, Maribel, for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
I think this is great for us to talk about. And if you have any other questions, any other viewers, you can give us a call, 312-738 1060. We're here to answer any questions you have about the medical assisting program or any other services we have at NLEI, because we do offer other training programs. We're going to start training in construction. We're going to start training administrative. We're going to start training business people, as well as, we're going to start our GED program. And then we also offer employment services for anyone in the community that needs help finding a job. We're there for them. So, now we also want to talk about more about, the ability that you gain confidence when you are in a training program, because sometimes, like you said, you are intimidated enrolling in a program, and in your case, you were worried that everyone was younger, right?
That's right. Yeah.
How do you feel that the program has helped you grow in your confidence? Can you talk a little bit more about that? How has your life changed since? How do you perceive yourself now?
Well, most definitely, I feel more confident. Not only did I completed the program, I became certified, which that's not easy. When you have a family at home and you're trying to make sure that their education, in my case, my kids' education came first. There's a caller.
Oh,
there's a caller.
Oh, wonderful. Hi, caller. Please ask your question.
Hi. I have a son who is interested in going into nursing, but he's not 100% sure whether he's going to like that. So, do you recommend your program for my son so that he can explore the field and then see whether this is something that he will be interested in?
Well, I think that's a great question, caller, and I think because Maribel is actually in the field, I think she'd be best at answering that question. So what would you suggest or advise?
So if your friend is interested in joining the medical field and is not sure if they can handle that, because you're right, they need to make sure that they have the stomach for it. My first question that I always ask our medical assisting prospects is, how do you feel? Did you ever have the experience on caring for someone, whether it be caring for a wound or helping, assisting a family member, an elderly, in and out of bed, or just, bringing a meal to them? Do you or your friend, do they have the patience to do that? Not everyone has the patience or the stomach for it. So that would be my first question. And for instance, in the medical assisting field, it is a little bit different. It is a start. I want to say it's a stepping stone into the medical field to know if this is the right path for you to become a nurse, or even in a different specialty within the medical profession. I would recommend that, and because it is a short course, it is a 10-month program, but you will then know, you will work in the field, work with patients, work with doctors and nurses to see if this is something that you can see your career.
Oh,
I will recommend that.
Awesome.
Any other question?
No, that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
your call.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. So I think that's good that what you were touching right now, what you were saying, and I've seen that firsthand when I deal with a lot with the students that graduate, which you've seen as well. They enroll in the program, they get a taste for what the medical field is like, and then from there they pursue nursing, they pursue getting their pre-med. So I've seen that a lot, and I'm sure you've seen it as well.
Yes.
So that's something just to piggyback on what you said for the caller, or if she's still watching. So again, I just want to remind everybody, we still have, you can call in, ask any questions. You can also see us. Please let your family and friends know that they can watch us live at www.cantv.com/hotline. So there they can always watch us, and this will be also up on YouTube. So please share this information for those that are watching. But again, we're located on 39th and Damon. So if anyone, maybe you don't want to ask questions here right now, you can always visit us. We're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4, and definitely you can give us a call, 773-247-0707, extension 200, if you have any general questions about our programs and our services. But right now we are taking live calls, so if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. The number's below. So Maribel, I want to talk to you more about the program. I know that, how do you feel there? I was reading in the article that you get a more competitive edge when you go back into training. So what are your thoughts about that? I think that's something that even anybody that goes to school wants to talk about. Like, how do you feel like after as a medical assistant, what's your competitive edge now?
Well, and anything that you focus on now, of course, you want to do your best. And in my case, that's how it is. It's like I know I did this, and I could do anything else that I put my heart to it now. And not only that, but it's the encouragement that I feel that I'm giving to our students now. If
That's
I
great.
was able to accomplish this, and some of our students that do come to us, they may have a child. I had a few, have a few, and I was able to accomplish my goals. So I'm always encouraging our students to do the same. If I did it, I'm not putting myself on a pedestal, but I know that they're able to accomplish and do the same thing as well.
And can we talk about how many kids do you have? Can we ask? Oh, how old were they when you were in the program? I think that's really important for the viewers to know.
My youngest was in kindergarten, so he was 5 years old at the time.
Wow. And then what's the
A lot
next
of
age?
responsibilities.
The next age.
The next, he is 2 years older than him, so he was in second grade.
Wow. And then
At
what
the
was
time.
what was the oldest? The age of
Now
the
you're
oldest?
really going to give my age.
And she looks beautiful. She looks beautiful.
Thank
so
you. Thank
and I admire you, but I mean I know that you have kids and I know you have a lot of work. So for someone that's considering enrolling in the program, they have the kids, what's your advice for them to get into a program like ours or any other program? What would be your number one recommendation?
My number one recommendation would be, first, you need to be motivated. You need to want to join, the medical field. The second, you want to make sure you have a support system, someone to help you just in case you can't be there, when your child gets sick. Have a strong support system, and just be very, proactive and go for it. Attend classes and do your best. Study.
Wonderful.
Study, because otherwise, it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not an easy program.
Well, we thank you again. I mean, this is something very important. It's never too late to go back to school. So for those that are home thinking, yeah, it's too late for me, I already have too many kids, I'm already married, or maybe you're in a career or you have a job that you're just not happy with, and you're saying, hey, I want to brush up on my skills and I want to try something different. And if you have the means and you have the support and the drive, you can enroll into a program like ours, the medical assisting program, and get the skills to move on up and learn the medical field. And I know I hear a lot of great things about what students come out. Once they enroll in our program, they're working at different entities, different hospitals, different clinics, our externship sites. They're all great partners. We have a variety of externship sites that our students go to and get their hands on 160-hour practice. So definitely we wanted to encourage anybody. You guys can visit us. Again, here is our information where we're located. We're located right on 39th and Damon. Our exact address is 2011 West Pershing Road. You can definitely visit us at NLEI.org, and then you can also give us a call, 773-247-0707, extension 264. I apologize, extension 200. 264 is mine. So definitely we wanted to thank you again for you guys attending. If you have any questions, last minute questions, I know we have a couple minutes left. Our number is 312-738-1060. But I know that Maribel, can you just speak a little bit more? What exactly were you doing prior? Did you work before NLEI, before you enrolled in NLEI?
I did work before I attended NLEI, but I was at home for several years.
Okay.
So several years I was at home, being a homemaker.
Mm-hmm.
A
very important job. It's a very important job.
Very important job that I don't wish it on anyone. Just kidding. But yes, and then I attended school.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So again, you have firsthand someone here talking about, I haven't been in school in so long, and I went back and I got my training, and now I'm working. And how has NLEI changed your life? How has it been since? What would you be able to say about how has NLEI changed you or your household or your family? Anything different from that?
Well, sure. I mean, it helps, when you have a couple working. It helps, you bring an income to your home, and that's a huge difference. So I'm not just relying on one income at this point. I'm able to assist and help my kids put them through college.
That's very important.
So yes, it has helped my life dramatically.
Yes, putting kids through college must be a great expense.
Sure.
So again, thank you very much. You are watching Jennifer Sanchez with National Latino Education Institute and Maribel Robles as well with National Latino Education Institute. And we thank you very much for watching us on our show on EmpowerU. And we're looking forward for you to tune in next week and learn more about what we have to offer about our programs and our services and our special guests that we're going to have. So thank you again very much, guys, for coming. And again, if you have any questions, visit us 773. Give us a call, 773-247-0707, extension 200, or you can follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and you can visit us at our website, www.nlei.org. So thank you very much, guys. We appreciate your time, and we thank you again. And, any last words, Maribel?
We'll be looking for you. Be looking for you at NLEI. Give us a call.
Sounds great. Thank you, guys.